Hi everyone, this is Ada. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have my husband here.
I'm here.
I thought I'd do a video on get to know me better or get to know us better. So Peter has retired, so we do YouTube together. He films and...
Yeah, I'm normally behind the camera.
So we haven't planned anything because I think sometimes that's the best. I thought we'd go back, Peter, and just say when we met and how young we were. We got married.
Only yesterday.
Oh yeah, 42 years, is it?
42,
It'll be 43 next year in June.
Yeah,
I remember...
It's a running joke. I'm the one that normally remembers.
Yeah.
Somebody else isn't as good.
No,
yeah.
Look, you know. So, I remember the day we got married. It was bright sunny, but it was windy.
Very windy.
And my veil went everywhere.
Yeah, there was a picture of that, yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to find it. I don't know. So oh God, you've got it. Anyway, people say you look a lot younger. I think the guys look a lot younger when they're that age than the females.
Well, we are. We're pretty immature at that age.
Yeah.
We were married quite young. So
yeah, I know, but everyone says when they see that photograph, you look younger. Not younger, but you look really young compared to now.
Are you saying I now look older?
Yeah.
Much older.
So we met at high school. Peter was a year above me, and he knew my brother, and he was a swimmer. Yeah, I don't know. What else do you want to add? You thought I was beautiful?
Oh, of course. Love of my life from day one.
There we are. So that's don't embarrass me on camera.
Oh, I can't.
Then we married very young, had children very young, and I think it was good for us to do it the way we did it. No regrets, because my brother, he did it at the opposite end.
Oh yes, and we have great fun watching.
He's got a teenager now. He's a nice kid, but yeah, it's hard work. As anyone that's had a family, it's hard work, especially with girls. Lucky he's got a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do we say? Oh, we've done a bit of travel. So I was a dental nurse for a while, then I became a stylist. I was busy at home with the kids most times. You want to say what you did? I
was a workaholic. All I did was work.
Yes.
Did way too much and spent too much time doing all of those sort of things. What did I do? 12 years at university, part-time.
Getting his degree.
All crazy stuff. We did absolutely stupid things.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have got what we got in life if you hadn't done that.
Worked.
And that was the times when the females stayed home more.
Yeah, we had that old traditional model.
Yeah, it was more traditional. The young girls these days, they don't.
No, it's very different. Probably a lot we could have learnt from that. But anyway, that's all hindsight. You can't change it.
But we have a good time now because our children grew up. You know, we were young. We still were fairly young when they left home. Some people still have them. We don't.
No, we have grandson.
Yeah, we have a grandson. We're hoping to get another one soon. Maybe, I don't know. We'll cross our fingers. Our son got married in July this year, and his little boy was there. It was just beautiful. It was a nice day.
Yes, absolutely wonderful day.
But going back to when you used to travel, we used to get an overseas trip if you made target every year.
Yep.
So we've travelled a lot, and I remember thinking we used to go to the Bahamas a lot because...
Yeah, so this is the only person that you'll ever hear saying, oh, do we have to go to the Bahamas again?
No, someone else did it too. There was another wife that did it. No, because just look at it this way. We live in Brisbane. It's like an hour and a half for us to drive up to the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast. People in Brisbane will know what I'm talking about. And you fly, what was it, like a 24-hour, 30 hours to get to the Bahamas? It was about 32,
34 hours.
And how many plane flights? 3?
Minimum of 3.
Yeah, so by the time you get there, you're there for about 5 days for a beach.
Yep.
And it was really exciting when we did these trips, and then by the time we got to the 5th or 6th Bahamas trip, I just about had it. But we went to Thailand, we've done Hawaii, we've done China.
Yeah, throughout Asia, a lot of Asia, and obviously we've also done some of the US
and here comes
some of Europe.
Belle, come up here, because they're part of our family. Come up.
Come on.
And we can show you today. We've just bathed them about an hour ago.
Yep.
And this is our older girl. She's 8 next month.
She's the mature old lady.
And her name is Belle, a lot of people know. Here comes Poppy. So Belle is
Come on, Poppy.
Our first baby, because I had a... I'll take Belle. I had a dog when I was a kid, but we never had a dog when our children were younger. Peter said I had enough children that I didn't need a dog.
Exactly.
So I always wanted a dog.
Oh,
Stop it.
Don't you like the camera?
Yeah, so this is Belle. Belle's nearly 8, and I think her name suits her because she is definitely the princess of the two. She doesn't like, well, she eats a lot slower than this one. This one's a guts. She looks good in pink. She's really pretty. I tell her that all the time. You're such a pretty girl. And she doesn't like to do her business, you know, close to anyone. She likes the privacy. What else would you say about her? She's a real princess.
She suits her name.
Yeah.
She's a lady.
Poppy, on the other hand,
she's the tomboy.
I tell people I don't think she's as pretty as Belle, but I tell you what, personality plus. And everyone, when I go, they go, oh, we love Poppy. So she's got one ear up, one ear down. She is a guts. She pushes Belle out of the way sometimes.
Yeah, doesn't wait for anything. She's the one that has to push in, always first. And if she hears the slightest rustle of a packet, she's on the spot. Bionic hearing, I think.
Yeah, so we love them both. She's 3, so...
be
4 on the first. She's
a couple of months'
1st
time.
of January, so she's a New Year's Day baby.
Whereas Belle's going to be 8 in a couple of weeks' time.
The end of September.
At the time of filming this. Yeah.
And they smell very nice because they've just had it's a big job washing them, but they smell good. And they go to doggy daycare and they go to the groomers, and we wash them in between.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't we?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are our world, really, these little dogs, and our family and our grandchild. But if you ever miss mothering, which I don't really, but you can mother these. So I highly recommend getting a dog, and if you're thinking about Westies, yes, 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 and...
Take a lot of work, very determined, very stubborn.
Yeah, but just very loving. Very loving. So where else do we go? So in our retirement, the day goes something like this.
So we're going to talk about retirement now.
Oh, well, do you want to say anything else?
No, that's fine.
I was just trying to say, haven't we've done a bit of that. Oh, we've moved house a couple of times. We've lived in Melbourne. We've lived on the north side, and then we moved over to the, what do you call it, western suburbs? Southwest?
Southwest.
Peter designed our house. We built this huge house, but then it was too big. So when all our kids left, we sold it, and now we live in a unit in a city. So we're going to move on from that eventually, but we're going to stay a few more years because the prices here are really going up. And
we've decided that we're going to do a little bit of travel. So having everything in a unit is very secure. You don't have to worry about it. We can just leave, shut the door, and know that you don't have to worry about anything. And it's as secure as you can get.
That's right.
Without going to extreme circumstances.
Yeah, so we were looking to buy sooner, but we've decided that during retirement we're going to do, especially the first couple of years, we'll do some big travel. So we've already booked our trip to Italy.
We are. In May 2024, we're off to Italy for 3 weeks. So
so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, can't
Although I'm
wait.
going to miss the babies.
Yeah, we'll miss our girls, but...
So we've done Paris, we've done Rome,
Yep.
we've done Spain, but we're going to do, did you say it's up the middle?
No, I didn't talk about it. So.
No, but in Italy we're talking about how we're going up the middle.
So we're sort of flying into Milan, spending a couple of days there.
I have to get a handbag.
Yes, you do. And then we'll go over to Venice and then down to Florence, down through the middle, down to the Amalfi Coast, and then back up to Rome. And yeah, this tour we're doing is a little bit different in that most of the other ones we looked at it. Well, it's the first tour we've ever done. We normally travel by ourselves and just make up our own agenda as we go.
We do day tours, but we're not really tour people, and I'm not a cruise person. Get on a cruise, but I said to Peter, I think our age. So our age, I'm 60, Peter's 61. And I said, oh, look, I don't, usually he hires a car and he's really brave, but I'm like, no, this time I think you need to just relax.
Yeah, we'll take it easy, let somebody else do the driving. That way we can enjoy the Italian wine a bit more.
Yes, that will be good. Yes, we like to drink too, so I love champagne. You like white wine.
Yep, hey Poppy. They're wanting to play down here at our camera.
I don't know, when you film, just when I've got hair on my lips. When you film, this is when they do it. I don't know why. They go the whole day, but once you decide to get the camera out, that's what they do.
Yes.
Yeah, so then we decided that we wanted to do the river cruise. From
something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
And I never wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And our beautiful girl Kelly, she started to wanting to do it with Peter. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. And then when I looked in, I'm like, oh my God, it sounds amazing.
It sounds not too bad. So we've got an info session on that in a couple of weeks' time that we'll go and have a look at, and hopefully we'll book something for 2025.
Yeah. So, and then if we have any more money left, we might do the UK in more depth. We've been to London a couple of times, but yeah, so no, I will. Yeah, we love it. Well, every place has something to offer, I think. Don't you think?
Oh, look, we got introduced to travel really early on.
Yeah.
And we've just loved it and really enjoyed going, seeing different cultures, doing different things. Yeah, it can be scary at times because you don't know what the place is like and all those sort of things, or the language.
Remember when you went to the US the first time, your first trip, and
I was just thinking about that.
The night.
First international serious trip. I had been on one earlier when I was a child.
That one doesn't count though.
Yeah, it doesn't count. So travelling by myself from Melbourne to Huntsville, Alabama, in the US. So going through about. And the girls just heard a noise, so going, I think it was 3 or 4 flights, and I arrived there like 30 hours later, 10 o'clock at night, and had no idea because nobody had told me. It was a business trip, and nobody had told me any of the logistics.
You didn't think you had a hire car?
I had no idea what, and I just remembered somebody else mentioned, oh yeah, you normally get a hire car and then you got to go to security and all the rest. And of course this is 10 PM at night, you can't see anything. So I fronted up to one of the hire car companies and just said, by any chance, do you have a hire car for me? And they looked at their list and yes, I had a hire car. So you had to then get into the hire car, which of course is on the other, drives on the other side of the road to what we're used to.
Yeah.
Drive on the other side of the road, find my corporate head office.
In the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night, find the security.
I think I would have just slept in the car if it was me.
Find the security desk. And then I walked in there and said, by any chance, do you have a room for me?
You didn't even know that?
I didn't even know that. And they said, yeah, no problems, here it is. Then I had to miraculously find where it is, and let's just say this was almost 30 years ago, so no GPSs or any of those sort of things in those days. It was a paper map having to be read at 10 o'clock at night. And I did actually manage to find the campus complex, whatever you call it, and then of course it was like number...
They all look the same?
Yeah, everything looked the same. It was number 56 out of probably 3,000 rooms, which were all spread out over a big area, and then I had to drive around in the middle of the night, and of course it's close to midnight at this stage, and I eventually did find the room. And yes, survived that. So I figured after surviving that, you can survive just about anything in travel. So
what's your, I'll ask you a question, what's your highlight of some of the travel trips? Because I've got a few that we've done together.
Oh look, they're all very different, and I think we've got lots of events and bits that are, leave the camera alone, Poppy, she's jumping at the camera.
Yeah,
no. I'd say in terms of seeing something very different, very spectacular, China, going through
the Great Wall,
Beijing, all of those sort of areas, that was really very special.
Went to the opera.
Yeah, did the opera, acrobatics.
Actually, we did a tour then.
Yes, we did a small... So
that was our first tour.
Yeah, but that was a very custom tour and very focused one. I had another train of thought. We did a family tour on the west coast of the US.
Oh, when the kids were younger.
When they were young. Yeah. So we drove from LA down to, all the way down to the famous zoo there, and then inland through France.
And I remember our daughter goes, I'm hungry, I'm
all
hungry.
The time. Yeah.
Much better when you're just the two of you.
Then up from Phoenix up to the Grand Canyon to Las Vegas, and then up to Yosemite and across to San Francisco and back down. Absolutely spectacular times. And plenty, and sitting in Paris in the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, that was one of my favourites.
Together was very special.
The Eiffel Tower.
What's that? Jules Verne. Jules
Verne. That'd be one of mine.
Yeah.
Also, I can't remember if it was Puerto Rico or Costa Rica because we've been to both, and I always get them mixed up. But that was
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Did we do that first?
Yeah, we've been there twice. And the first trip, we had a big photo session. And if anybody goes back a long time in our videos, you'll see there was a big picture of us on a beach with a wave crashing over us. It was...
Mind you, you didn't want to do it.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Had no interest. Took 3 days for my wallet to dry out after that.
Yeah, because he left his wallet in there not thinking.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a really special trip.
What was the other one? I was just thought of something then and now I've forgotten it. Oh, can't remember now. That's what happens when you get older.
Yeah. Oh, look, we had great times in...
Mexico. I was going to say I like Mexico.
Yes. Tulum and those sort of places.
And the corn chips and the salsa. You just can't.
The guacamole, we came back and tried to make it, and you just couldn't do it the same.
Yeah, I love that. I love that trip.
Yeah, that was nice and relaxing. So,
and I love Rome when we went.
Yep.
I found the Italians very, very friendly. Yeah, so we're going to do more. I've always wanted to do more of Italy. I've got a friend going and she's doing a lot of countries, but I just wanted to concentrate on that because we've done a bit of travel. Yeah, so that's our travel plan, but retirement. Oh, we should talk about our personalities, how we're so different.
Yeah, I'm outgoing, not.
No, so Peter,
I'm a quiet one. He's
more the introverted but detailed, very detailed, and I am hopeless at that. I'm more the fly by the seat of my pants. I'm extroverted. We're complete opposites. As I say,
just like this video, you said sit down and do it, and of course that's terrifying.
I haven't planned anything. No, well, you're doing well. You're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm more the extrovert, love to socialise, and yeah. So as they say, opposites attract.
Absolutely, yeah.
There must be something.
Yin and yang.
And remember, when I get annoyed, I say stay in your own lane.
Just a little bit.
So
that only happens daily, so it's fine.
All right, okay. So retirement looks like something like this on a daily basis. It sounds lazy because someone said to me recently, oh, someone they knew was retired, and I said, oh, what are they doing? And this person answered, oh, they just watch TV all day. And the person says, I'm sure they don't. And I felt like saying, or I did say, I'm sure they do, because I spend we get up and walk the girls.
Yep.
And sometimes if I don't want to go, then I stay, and Peter does it because, you know, he loves me. And then he gets me a coffee when he gets home. I've got a thyroid problem, so mornings aren't always good, but when I get out, I enjoy it. So I should. I've been trying to do that. I didn't do it today. I had the day off today.
Yeah, and for the ones who did see Ada's previous video a couple back, she's still recovering. She was extremely ill for about 10 months.
Yeah.
Just starting to come out of it now.
Yeah.
I say 90%, you say about 80% back.
Anyway.
So it's still up and down. So we still have days, mornings where it's not good. So it takes a bit longer to wake up and things like that. So of course I'm doing take the girls. Yeah. Oh, I know you're doing much better.
I've got
hence why we can do things. We can get out and socialise and do lots of things.
Because I didn't want to do it for a while.
Oh, you couldn't do it?
No, so
couldn't.
So, and then, Peter, we have a coffee, then we might sit and watch, I don't know, the news or current affair or something on TV. And then we look at each other and go, what are we going to do today? And then we decide to do something. And I think the best thing about retirement is you don't have to look at the time all the time.
It's, look, a lot of people, because obviously when I was in a work environment, we did occasionally talk about this, and so many people I worked with were terrified about retirement. And I always said, no, not a problem. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I want to do it. And I still get that question, you know, oh, how's retirement? And everybody's shocked when I say it's fantastic, it's fabulous. Because time is very different now. It used to always be, oh, I've got to get to, I've got to do this meeting, I've got to do that meeting.
You rushed.
Off on that travel.
Yeah.
You know, I used to spend probably 6+ hours a day in meetings. And that would be spread out from anywhere from sort of like 5 AM through to 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And
in the earlier days,
sometimes 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, in the earlier days, you used to be away like 2 weeks, 3 weeks a month.
Travel-wise, yeah, it could be 2 to 3 weeks a month. So time now is very different.
No stress
we enjoy the time together.
And it's only new to us too, because it's only, not quite a year yet. So, because we live in a unit, we don't have a garden to do that. So we're pretty open to do whatever we like.
And we're starting, as we said, Aid is feeling better. So we're starting to now get out. We're actively trying to review all the things, because there's so much that goes on around you that you just don't realise. Yeah,
we've been doing, we did the photography, what do you call that thing where we went to the powerhouse?
Oh yeah, the photojournalism awards. There's a portraiture awards display there coming up, and we'll go to that and see what we can see there. There was a video that's already out called Swell that we went to, which was an art sculptures being displayed along a beachfront.
Yeah, that was good.
There's a video coming up on something called Lightscape that we went to one night with Kelly and Nick. Very interesting indeed. I wish I'd used a different camera that night, so apologies in advance when that comes up. Not quite as good a quality as I like. But there's many other things. We've got a calendar that's full up to Christmas at the moment of different things that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, so we don't watch TV all day. We do watch the odd movie.
Well, we've worked out that we can do something one day and then we need a recovery day the next.
We actually do, because when we have our grandson, we took him to it's Lone Pine, has kangaroos and koalas. I'm like, oh, my back is sore, like because he's 2 and you pick him up all the time. So yeah, that's how, it was a really good day though. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, so we're really enjoying retirement, and I think it's, you know, we have days where we do a lot, and then other days we don't do
We have
much.
quiet days, we have busy days.
But we can sort of just adjust. There is a gluten-free bakery we go to. We love to drive to that and just have a lunch or a coffee.
Simple things.
Yeah, so it's the simple things.
Extreme.
And we live quite close to a lot of restaurants, so it is nothing for us to, you know, do that. But we tend to just get a takeaway sometimes, don't we?
Yeah, like I said, the simple things. We're enjoying that. And
going to the park with the girls. And
we need to go back to the movies and do some of those. So yeah, we'll get our life back in order now that things are coming back to normal.
Occasionally do some housework. And ironing. I do some
highly
ironing.
Overrated. Highly overrated.
And Peter likes to cook more than I do.
Yep.
So he does a lot of the cooking, and I just give him a rest once or twice a week.
A week or a year?
Oh, well, it was because I was sick for so long, yes. But I tried. I made the curry last night.
You did. You did. You did. And it was very good.
It wasn't too bad, actually.
No, it was very
because
good.
I've never liked cooking. I'm not one of these women that likes cooking. I don't know. I just don't like it. He likes it.
It's the detail side.
You said you used to like it because it was a different way to use your brain, or just
it was a total contrast to what I was doing in work.
To turn off from work.
Good.
Yep. And a lot of people ask me, how do you deal with your husband, them retiring, being around all the time? But for me, that hasn't been that hard, because Peter worked at home for a couple of years, and then there was COVID. You were doing it before COVID, weren't you?
I was doing it before, but then we had COVID for the 2+ years.
Yeah.
So I was always under your feet or your own mind, whichever way it works.
Yeah, but he'd be in one room and I'd be in another, and then I'd be doing whatever, and he'd just pass, like ships in the night we were.
Oh, yes.
But, you know, but it's only, like, it's not a small unit, but it's not a large unit either, so we still had a lot of, you know.
There was still space to be.
And I'd yell out, you want lunch now?
Yep.
I would bring you lunch in sometimes.
You did?
Not very often.
Occasionally, very occasionally.
I don't know what else to say. I think that's about it.
Yeah, probably is. So maybe I'll be in front of the camera a bit more often. We'll see.
If anyone wants Peter to do more videos with me, I don't know if there's any suggestions on what you want us to talk about. I don't know. You can let us know.
Open to it. We're free and easy to do these sort of things now.
Yeah, I was going to say one of my favourite things to do is go to Melbourne Cup and get dressed up.
Yes, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
In the background where we're sitting is the Melbourne Cup dress.
My outfit.
So that will be unveiled in a few months' time.
Looking forward to that. So that's in Australia. I think it's the first Tuesday in November.
Yes, it is.
So I'm planning all that. I've got my shoes and everything. So yeah. So we'll say goodbye, and we may be back another time if someone wants us to do another video. So thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget everyone, Ada Love Style. I'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.